What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back with a new video today. It is time that we discuss this new article that came from Axios just a couple hours ago. It details that President Biden, in public he seemed as, a guy that maybe not all there, but seems nice, relatively speaking. Well, truthfully, behind closed doors, according to this article at least, Biden is not this wholesome, nice, older gentleman. It sounds like Biden is, well, not necessarily a nice guy, and I don't think many people are shocked by this development, but I still want to do a reaction to this full article from Axios, which dropped like 2 hours ago. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, this is the best way to support the content. This helps keep the channel 100% independent. Without you guys joining the channel, I may not be able to keep doing this, but just for $1 a month, you can click the join button down below, and you can join the channel just for $1 a month. But all the support is greatly appreciated, and I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. So, this is a very surprising article that Axios came up with, and again, I like using Axios for news because at least with them, 50-60% of the time, at least there's a lot of truth to their articles. They may exaggerate a little bit about, Trump or something like that, but relatively speaking, they tell the truth. But they really have not been this harsh against Biden. And this has been all the media. The media has not been that harsh to Biden at all. I mean, some of those questions he gets at interviews, at least a couple months ago, were just pathetic. What type of ice cream do you got? It's like, are you freaking serious? But in recent months, we've been noticing that the media, they're really starting to ask the administration serious questions about like, hey, what's up with this stuff in Ukraine? Hey, what's up with your son's dealings? And this is from even CNN and a couple left-leaning organizations. But Axios came out with this article that details what Biden is like behind closed doors. In public, President Biden likes to whisper to make a point. In private, he's prone to yelling. I've always wondered this, like, why does he just whisper? Like, hey, so, I'm President Biden, I'm gonna, do this or that. Like, he whispers. I thought that was just, okay, is he just a bit older? But no, it sounds like that in public he just does that because apparently if he doesn't, he's prone to yelling. Behind closed doors, Biden has such a quick trigger temper that some aides try to avoid meeting alone with him. Some take a colleague almost as a shield against a solo blast. That sounds awful. I mean, we all know Trump, and like, he does troll a lot of people, including some of his administration, but did Trump ever do this to somebody? Like, yell at, like, have short temper like this? I don't believe so. The president's admirations include, God damn it, how the F don't you know this? Don't effing bullshit me and get the F out of here, according to current and former Biden aides who have witnessed and been on the receiving end of such outbursts. Jeez. Like, I know a lot of these people are kind of incompetent, but it's like, you don't treat people like that. Especially, like, privately and they're working for you? Are you freaking serious? The private eruptions paint a more complicated picture of Biden as a manager and president than his carefully cultivated image as a kindly uncle who loves aviators, sunglasses, and ice cream. And that's always been Biden. Like, he's always had blunder after blunder, even before the age really started to kick in. I mean, remember when he was the vice president, how many blunders he made on the campaign trail? But, people still liked him. They were like, he's not the most competent person in the world, but at least he's likable, right? But that sounds like that's starting to wear off. I mean, publicly, people are starting to realize, okay, he's still somewhat likable. I mean, the Republican Party's idiotic when it comes to it. I mean, they attack him for going to the beach with his family. It's like attack him for being lazy, but don't attack him just because he's chilling out for 5 seconds. Attack him for doing it constantly, but just say, oh my god, he's shirtless on the beach. How is that? What? And this is what I'm talking about. What a lot of things Biden does, the Republicans attack him for. People are like, oh, that's just what my grandpa does. You know, he hears his dog barking in the White House. He looks up. It's like, why would you attack him for that? But even then, it does seem like this is starting to wear off on people, because privately this is starting to leak, and this is what we know of. Some Biden aides think the president would be better off occasionally displaying his temper in public as a way to surge voter concerns that the 80-year-old president is disengaged and too old for the office. I don't know about that. If the guy really is starting to lose it, which I sadly think he is, I wouldn't want him to go off on, because, well, I would want to see it, but I don't think it would be a good thing for the country if you let his temper out in public. Senior and lower-level aides alike can be in Biden's line of fire. No one is safe, said one administration official. Biden aides still talk about how angry he got at Jeff Zients, then the administration's COVID czar in late 2021, when there was a shortage of testing kits as the Omicron variant spread. The rage was temporary. Zients is now Biden's chief of staff. A spokesperson for Zients told Axios, I'm not going to speak to what internal conversations may or not have happened between Jeff and the president. The White House, of course, declined to comment. So they're not even denying it. They kind of just said, yeah, it happened, but we're not going to comment on it. There's no question that Biden's temper's for real. It may not be as volcanic as Bill Clinton's, but it's definitely there, said Chris Whipple, author of The Fight of His Life, whatever, I don't care. Whipple's book quotes former White House press secretary Jen Psaki as saying, I said to Biden multiple times, I'll know we have a really good trust relationship when you yell at me the first time. Whipple notes, Psaki wouldn't have had to wait long. Biden's temper comes in the form of angry interactions rather than erratic tantrums. He'll grill aides on topics until it's clear they don't know the answer to a question. A routine that seems as meticulous and others call the slump the chump or stump the dummy. You know, this just sounds like an awful workplace. I'm not gonna lie, I feel kind of like some of these people are just incompetent, but this doesn't sound good. Biden's longtime chief of staff, when the future president represented Delaware in the Senate, told Axios that Biden's process is policy-driven and has made him a strong executive. Some Biden aides argue that the president's rage reflects his high expectations for his staff. It's never good, like, okay, it's one thing to be like, do your job or whatever, but this just sounds like he's yelling at them for basic things. This isn't a place I would like to work at. That's what I will say. I mean, again, it's one thing if it was once in a while, but this sounds like it was a very consistent thing, and people even heard this in public. Remember last year? In January 2022, he was caught on a hot mic calling Fox News' Peter Doocy a stupid son of a bitch. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't sound like it's a once-in-a-while occasion. This sounds like he gets mad at you for just simply asking a question. But I am hoping that that we get the full story about this, because if this is the case, it just proves my point that is he all there? If he's doing this in private and we know of this, and with all like the shenanigans he does in public with, you know, falling up the stairs 15 times, being told exactly where to stop when walking, it's like, what else is happening behind closed doors if this is what we know of? And I mean, he's been doing this for years, apparently. He told of a time during the 2008 presidential campaign when a 23-year-old fundraising staffer got into a car with Biden. "Okay, Senator, time to do some fundraising calls," the aide said. Biden responded by looking at him and snapping, "Get the F out of the car." Connaughton told Axios that Biden hides his sharper edge to promote his folksy Uncle Joe image, which is why when flashes of anger break through, it seems so out of public character. Yeah, so, again, I can understand, you gotta be tough on some people. I understand that, but this just sounds like, oh, you got me 99% water instead of 98% water. I'm gonna yell at you for it. I mean, I know I'm exaggerating, but that's what it seems like this is happening. Like, I've heard stuff with Trump, yelling at people, but that sounded like once in a great while. Even Obama, Clinton, all of them. But here it just seems like it's every second. Now he's been doing this for years apparently, but it does make you wonder. He is getting older, and there's been serious questions about his mental fitness. If this is getting worse as he gets older, that's a sign of, I believe, dementia. I believe that's a big sign of dementia. I could be wrong, but there is some studies out there that show people that get older and have, sudden outbursts of rage much more than they used to. I believe that's dementia that they say is one of the best examples of it. But either way, this isn't good. To have an older president have just ridiculous outbursts like this. But who knows? Maybe this is exaggerated. I doubt it. I think that they're not telling everything that's happening behind closed doors. But this is a good look at the Biden administration. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below. Subscribe. Share with your friends. Hit that little bell. Follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. And of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.